Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another video. Today we're going to show you takeoffs, taxis, takeoffs, and landings. Um, Here at Anderson, I'll go over a couple of procedures, including the regular pattern altitude. I'll talk about overhead brakes. I won't be showing them to you today. I'll show you them in the next video. Basically, we're gonna go ahead do some pattern work. Just do one pattern for y'all, and show you how patterns are done, and more importantly, show you how to take off and how to land, how to taxi throughout the airport, the airbase, how operations are done here at Anderson. So on my kneeboard you can see this is taken directly from the local flying procedures at Anderson. So this is real world stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and just do a regular pattern. Everything's set up in the jet. I'm gonna go show you some procedure before we even start talking to clearance delivery. Will be our first frequency. But let's go ahead and go out to the Marshall. So I'm right here currently, and then I'm gonna taxi out here. So this is the Marshall. Um, we can do our warm up, our checks, all that kind of stuff. So just gonna let you. So I'll let you. I'll give you a little insight on. Um, give you insight on how to do checks, but I'm not gonna go fully into it because I don't have a wingman with me. And that will hopefully be covered in the next video, which will be navigation. And then after that, we'll do a formation video. So definitely in that formation video, if not in the navigation video, I'll show you how to do checks. So let's go ahead and run the checks. So the PC is going to tell me I'm ready to go fly. My forward down is already up. Everything's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead, take the wheel chucks off. Other wheel chucks are going to go off.
Remove the wheel chucks.
I'll take the kneeboard off.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
Alright, wheel chucks are removed. We're going to take the parking brake off. Going to click the brake and going to slowly come out of the parking area. Now we don't want to be interfering the actual taxiway here, so we're not going to go out that far. And there we go. There's the hole. I'm going to go up here. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and start it. So now we're on clearance delivery. I'm going to go. I'm going to do my checks on aux. So let's go aux 5, which is one of our aux channels. So it's going to be something like this. So it's going to be me as flight lead, and then I'll also do a wingman's slot. So it'll be something like this. So it'll be Nichols checking on Nichols checking on Ox, Nickel 1-1, and then the wingman would go Nickel 1-2. Then we would go crypto. So make sure this switch is up. I know it's a HUD tape, but this SRS has us do it. And then we're mode C. Usually in training, in combat, we do all different kinds of things with this thing. But training for mode C. Click on. We're gonna go. Nichols chicken on Ox. Nickel 1-1. Wingman would go. Nickel 1-2. Then I would say Nichols go clean. We'd go off crypto. Just turn that off. Don't mess with any of this stuff. Then we would go Nichols checking on mids A. And then I would go on mids A. Here I can show you. Pop that up. You can see where I'm transmitting on. Nickel 1-1. The wingman would go Nickel 1-2. Then I would go Nichols checking on mids B. Nickel 1-1. Wingman would go Nickel 1-2. Then I would go ahead and do what's called a bullseye check, or a rock check, or an alpha check, whatever We're gonna go 53/8.9, so it's waypoint 1, and we're gonna have waypoint 1 set to our air-to-air waypoint. That sets our bullseye. So I'm gonna go Nichols bullseye check 53/8.9 data link set, and the wingman would not say anything unless they do not have the same thing. And then I would wait a second and go Nichols get alpha checks, and then I would say I'm up and ready by saying Nickel 1-1 up and ready green jet, and then I would wait for for Nickel 1-2 to go Nickel 1-2 up and ready green jet. That's just telling everybody the flight's ready to go, and then I would contact clearance delivery. This is something only flight leads need to do, and you contact it on channel 20, but channel 20 is 255000, so we do 265.7, which is Anderson's clearance delivery, and it'd be something like this. Actually, let me see if I did the 256. Yep, I get these confused a lot. 25256.700. And there you go. Alright, so I'm gonna take this away, and it would be something like this. Anderson clearance delivery, nickel 1 F-18 requesting to take off runway 06 right, remaining the pattern VFR.
Nickel 1 Anderson clearance delivery, please for close to passing traffic, the right traffic on this track.
Anderson clearance delivery, nickel 1-1 is cleared for close traffic pattern on runway 06 right.
Nickel 1-1 squawk 1200.
Alright, so now we're gonna go to here, mode 3. 1200 is the basic, so now we're squawking 60, that's our IFR. 1200 is VFR. Nickel 1-1 squawking 120. Nickel 1-1 Anderson clearance delivery, requesting to switch ground.
Nickel 1 clear to switch ground on 275.8, good day.
Nickel 1-1 switching ground on 275.8. Good day. So now we're gonna go down to 2, and we're gonna ask for him to for the taxi. So I'm just gonna do normal taxi stuff. Anderson ground, nickel 1-1. Nickel 1-1 requesting to taxi 06 right for close traffic pattern.
Nickel 1-1 taxi hold short of runway 06 right via Bravo Foxtrot, contact tower on 233.7.
Anderson ground, nickel 1-1 taxiing via Bravo Foxtrot and holding short of runway 06 right, contacting tower. Alright, so we're ready to go. Everything's ready to go, so let's go fly. So we're gonna take Foxtrot, which is the closest. We usually take Echo, but I guess Tower just wanted to be a little special today, but that's fine. And if I haven't mentioned before, thanks to Bingo for doing our ATC work. He's a lifesaver. So that's the ATC voice you've been hearing. So now we're gonna look at our ground speed while we're taxiing. So usually, if we take Foxtrot, we're carrying bombs, and we're gonna go to the EOR. And you only need to go to the EOR if you're carrying bombs. Any forward quarter, like AIM 9, even Harpoon, anything like that, we're gonna go to the EOR, and I'll show you. It's right there. Yep, it's right there. You would line up and wait. But we don't have anything on. We're just doing pattern work today, so we're just gonna go ahead and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do some pattern work. We don't have any bombs to do, so now I'm gonna slow down. Anderson ground, nickel 11, switching ground on 233.7. Oh, I meant to say tower. It's you got the idea. So now we're gonna tell tower that we're gonna request a takeoff, and then again, this is only lead stuff. Wingman will be covered all in the formation video. So this is mainly lead stuff. But if you are a new guy here, I would still recommend you watch this to the end because it's gonna give you a lot of things on how do we land the Hornet, how do we take off the Hornet, all that kind of stuff. Usually all you would say as a wingman is all those checks back there, and then nickel 1-2 taxing, hold, switch, the tower, and then when we take the active, we're gonna go nickel 1-2 taxing. All right, so now we're gonna tell tower that we're gonna go ahead and take off. So something like this. Anderson Tower, nickel 1-1, holding short runway 06 right, requesting to take off runway 06 right, remaining in the pattern.
Nickel 1 clear to take off runway 06 right, remain in the pattern, right pattern, passing altitude 1,500 feet, wind 060 at 6 knots.
Nickel 1-1, Anderson Tower, taking off runway 06 right, remaining in the pattern 1,500 feet. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and call nickel 1 taxing. And the nickel 1-2 back there would go nickel 1-2 taxing. So it's not that hard comms wise as a wingman. You just gotta know what you're doing. So we're gonna take this. Bigger jets take the other one, but we're gonna take this usually, and then we'll line up onto 06 right. It just gives us a little more runway to work with. I'm actually gonna take the right, just like I'm a lead. Usually, as a single ship, you would take the center. But this is just simulating having a wingman. So we're gonna go ahead and take off. So we gotta go to 80% 80% RPM. RPMs are down there. All right, we're gonna go ahead and release and put in the afterburner, and I'm rolling. I like to get to the center of the runway, just because I have more room on each side. But I don't think I need to because I'm so light. And now we're gonna call our traffic patterns. So I'm gonna go speeds. Anderson Tower, nickel 1-1, turning cross runway 06 right. So just announcing our normal traffic pattern. I like to stay around 250, 270 in that area while I'm turning.
1-1 radar contact.
Radar contact just means I don't have to call my different downs just besides right base, because that's when he gives me clearance for the option. But in this video, I'm not going to take the option. So as you can see, we're turning pretty tight. So there we go. There's Anderson. So now we're going to slow down. And we want to have gear out while we're turning to base. So we want to slow down. So we're a little over traffic patterns, so we want to go down. There we go. 230 is it good? And gear goes down at 220, which is a pretty good speed to go down. We're going to extend our downwind just a little bit, and now we're going to turn into it. So make sure we have a sharp turn. Anderson Tower, nickel 11, turning right base, runway 06 right, gear down.
Nickel 1 cleared for the option, runway 06 right, wind 060 and 6 knots.
And Anderson Tower, nickel 11, cleared for the option, runway 06 right. So there we go. And that's perfect. That's perfect. Little fast. Little fast coming in. But that's basically where you want it. You want to land at about 4. There you go. There's the radar out. You want to land at about 145 or so. You can go a little faster than that. Ooh, a little short of the numbers, but that's fine. I'd recommend you aim for the numbers since we are naval aviators. We are going to be proficient at landing in a small space. So that's how you take off. That's how you taxi, take off, and land. Now we're going to taxi back and show you procedures for taxiing back. So I'm pretty light, so it's going to take me a little bit. And I will actually go down to the end of the runway and show you where the northeast GOR is, or the pre-armored armory arm area. And now we're gonna put nose rest steering on since we're under 90. Over 90, you have enough air over the vertical stabilizers to do it. Anderson Tower, nickel 11 is gonna requesting to go down to Kilo to pass the northeast GOR.
Nickel 1 and tower cleared to taxi runway 06 right to Kilo.
Anderson Tower, nickel 11, clear to taxi on to Kilo off 06 right. So I just asked so I could just show y'all. Usually I would just take Juliet because they want you to get off as soon as possible. But there's no other traffic for today, so it's nice to show y'all where everything is. And this is south ramp. North ramp is to the left of us. And that is where y'all will do your first flight at your with your FARP check, flight check. So you will have a little different procedures. Not really. It's the same thing. You're just taxiing on different side of the runway, different taxiways. All right. Anderson Tower, nickel 11, turning off runway 06 right onto Kilo. And I'm going to go ahead and hold here and wait for the hot brake checks. This is something that happens in real life, and most people don't know it in DCS. So now we're going to wait for hot brakes, for hot brake checkers to come out. In DCS it's not modeled obviously, but you would do it in real life. Anderson Tower is clear of runway 06 right, waiting for hot brake checks.
Nickel 1 contact tower on 2 correction. Contact ground on 275 decimal 8 good end.
Nickel 11, Anderson Tower, contacting ground on 275.8. Good day. So now we're just going to sit here for 30 seconds to a minute, just waiting for the hot brake checks because we don't want to continue taxiing because that could be bad for the wheels. So we're just gonna wait here on ground. Once we're ready, once the hot brake checkers are ready to go, we will contact ground, let them know what's going on, and request to taxi via Bravo to ramp 3, which is our ramp. So a couple things to note is have this de-armed. Make sure frequencies, everything. So it's just your time to like check everything. Make sure you have it armed when you get on the runway and de-armed when you get off the runway. So, alright, so now we're going to go contact ground, request a taxi back, and that's going to be about the video. It's a pretty quick video, but it has a lot of good detail and a lot of good comms for y'all to know. A couple things are that if there's no controller, you won't contact clearance delivery. Just act as you have a clearance already. That's usually how it goes. You just act as you get granted every time you ask for something. Well, you still request for it, even if there's no controller, just for realism's sake. So now we're gonna go ahead and contact ground and request a taxi back. It's gonna be something like this. Anderson ground, Nickel 11 requesting a taxi to parking ramp 3.
Nickel 1 cleared, taxi parking on 3 by Kilo Bravo.
Nickel 11 Anderson ground, taxiing back to parking ramp 3 via Kilo Bravo. So now we're gonna wait, and I usually like to wait a little bit, just because if I say a wrong taxiway or whatever, you know. So now the EOR, I'll show you in a minute, in a second. So if you can see the light over there, that's where it is. So you're gonna go post up over there. And I'll show you the dashed lines. If you're a lead, you're probably going to be on this orange line that's going to the left of me. But everybody else doesn't have to take the other orange lines. It's only for bigger jets. And these little white hash marks is where you would park up. You're going to be facing 150. This over here little area is also the EOR. You'd have the same kind of stuff happening there. Come on, let's get moving. And one other thing, Anderson is notoriously known for being bumpy. So, watch out for that. Make sure you're not going more than like 20, or else you'll start flying. And trust me, that's from experience from some of my first times out here. And now you can taxi back, taking in the scenery, kind of debrief the mission in your mind, whatever it was. Maybe going out to the range, maybe doing an air-to-air sortie, whatever it is. And now we're gonna look at these beautiful C-130s, and there's some BD-1s down there. So there's not much more that you need to do in terms of comms, procedures, stuff like that. Just taxi back. I will show you how to taxi into these little covers. But if you might be in the covers, you might not be in the covers. It all depends on the day, the maintenance that's going on in the jets. So just make sure you're watching out for that. And you might be an aggressor over at North Ramp. VFC-13 flies F-16s now, and a VFC-12. So they're all at North Ramp. If you're one of our joint members, if you're one of our joint members, you're probably spawning at North Ramp. Unless you're the 457th, then you're spawning over here at Ramp 3. And if you are a member of a joint squadron that hasn't been um, formally done joint ops with us, recommend joining us. We're pretty realistic. So if you want some realistic training on how to do things like real naval aviators would do, come join us. We do joint ops every Friday. Well, most Fridays. I would say most Fridays because coming up here, we're going to be doing some Nella stuff, so that's obviously not joint. Some workups. Workups will be joint. Um, and maybe Nellis will be joint. I haven't really decided on that. And as you can see, I went a little too fast, so now we're going to slow down. So, I'm gonna give my little spiel that I give every video. If you want to join us, if you'd like to join us, go ahead. Link in the description. Yeah, link in the description. Also our Instagram if you want to follow our Instagram, post some cool photos and operations that we do. We love realism like this. We love following procedures like this. The tutorials will get into more in depth, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you want to. Like our video if you want to. Um, so yeah. So yeah, we did take Kilo. It doesn't usually take this long to taxi back, but we took Kilo, so I could show you the EOR and where that was. Um, so now you know how to fly at Nellis. Um, at Nellis, oh my gosh, at Anderson. Um, they're gonna fly at Anderson, what the procedures are like, and we'll show you how to do. Next will be navigation, and that will be pretty cool because we'll be going out to A-18C doing a FAM anti-AAR. Don't judge me on my AAR skills, please. Um, and that'll be fun. We'll do that. Maybe that will take a little longer video to come out because we'll be going on workups and the deployment. So maybe next year. I'm just kidding. I'll try to get it out maybe next week, hopefully. And that's a video that I maybe could do comms with, hopefully. But anyways, the formation video might be at Nellis. So we'll see. We'll see what it all takes. But we'll try to get these videos out to you, y'all. Because if you're not that experienced in the DCS Hornet or want to learn more about it, we love providing that these videos for extra training. If before you go ahead and decide to join us, or if you don't even decide to join us, if you just like realism like us. Um, if you want to see some things, some procedures, tactics, there are some things that are off limits that we want y'all guys to come in here and learn just because, not because they're classified, obviously, this is DCS. Um, we want you to learn, we want you to learn from us, and it's going to be a lot easier for y'all to learn from us than through a video. But most things are not off limits. So let us know what you want to see. But anyway, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and park up here. Um, so one thing I forgot to mention, that's kind of a new procedure here, so that's why I forgot to mention it. Make sure to tab your taxi light off. It was a thing that I thought that, oh no, naval pilots don't do that, but evidently they do. So make sure at all times you have your taxi light on. Besides turning into this, you don't want to blind your ground crew. Um, so So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the tutorial. Um, comment if I did anything absurdly wrong. Um, but yeah, other than that,
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
hope you have a lovely day.
Copy.
And I'll see
Wheel
you
chocks are
in
now
the